Thank you for your interest in the Best Friends Animal Society Los Angeles Ringworm program at the Jefferson Park Pet Resource Center. Best Friends Animal Society, born out of the Red Canyons of Kanab, Utah, began operating our pet adoption center in Mission Hills, California in January 2012. At this location, we partner with Los Angeles Animal Services to find homes for thousands of dogs and cats each year by assessing and pulling adoptable dogs and cats that arrive at the 6 LA city shelters. We also operate a neonatal kitten nursery, which cares for underage kittens until they are old enough to be adopted out into loving homes. In 2013, Best Friends opened the NKLA Pet Adoption Center in West Los Angeles. At this center, we partner with over 100 rescue organizations across the city of LA. Our No Kill Los Angeles coalition aims to end the needless killing of adoptable pets in our city shelters, a task that can only be accomplished by working together. This year, we're introducing a new ringworm treatment facility located at the Jefferson Park Pet Resource Center at 3612 11th Avenue in Los Angeles, and we need your help. The goal of this program is to successfully care for cats and kittens who are undergoing ringworm treatment, in order to help them heal faster and be on the path to finding a forever home. Kittens and cats who are suspected to have ringworm are routinely killed for this in shelters across the country, but it's 100% treatable, not fatal, and not worth dying for. Ringworm, despite its name, has nothing to do with worms. Ringworm is a fungal infection, also known as dermatophytosis. It can be diagnosed with the Woods lamp, which is a high-powered black light that causes most types of ringworm spores to light up fluorescent green. It can also be diagnosed with a fungal culture or a laboratory test. This fungus lives on the surface of the skin and the skin follicles, feeding on dead skin, tissue, and hair. Immunocompromised individuals are especially susceptible to ringworm, which is why cats living in a stressful shelter environment are more likely to contract it. Cats with ringworm may or may not have visible skin lesions. Those who do have visible skin lesions typically have flaky bald patches, primarily on the head, ears, and legs. The skin can become reddened and inflamed, but they are not typically itchy in animals. Transmission of ringworm happens through direct contact with another infected animal or person, and the spores can live in dark and humid environments, including carpets, bedding, grooming equipment, etc. It's also found in soil. This is where dogs and sometimes cats get it. While it's possible to get ringworm from touching an infected animal, most people do not get ringworm. Some people are more susceptible than others. Breaks in the skin or microtrauma are usually where it starts. So please keep these areas covered if you have them. You can also get ringworm from cows, goats, pigs, and horses, and other humans, from soil, locker rooms where it's known as athlete's foot, etc. Given that this is a contagious disorder, we run our ringworm treatment rooms much like a medical ward. This reduces the chances of contaminating ourselves and other areas. Many things can look like ringworm, so we can't diagnose it just on a physical exam. Our two most common tests are a Woods lamp test. This is an ultraviolet lamp, also known as a black light, that is hovered over the lesions. If the skin glows a fluorescent yellow-green, it is a positive Woods lamp test for ringworm. We also use a DTM, a dermatophyte test medium fungal culture. To perform this test, we take hairs from the lesion and grow it in a medium over the course of 2 weeks. Our treatments consist of oral antifungals and lime sulfur dips, while also making sure we keep the environment decontaminated and clean. We believe that almost anyone can be a successful ringworm volunteer. Before you get started, make sure you can commit the time needed to successfully care for our ringworm cats. We request a commitment of at least 8 hours a month with recurring shifts week to week. Volunteers must be at least 16 years of age. If under 18, a parental consent waiver must be signed. Your presence is extremely important to us and our cats, so we want to make sure you're consistently involved in their progress. Caring for ringworm cats is an integral part of our work, and we would not be able to rescue as many animals as we do without the help of our dedicated volunteers. Volunteers must schedule their ringworm shifts in advance. By registering, you're letting the staff know they can count on you for your help. If you're unable to make your shift, be sure to cancel your shift on Digital Cheetah or contact us directly. Those who do not alert the volunteer department of their cancellation will be marked no-show for that shift. If a volunteer no-shows 3 times, they will be removed from the ringworm volunteering opportunity and will no longer be able to sign up for shifts in that area until their participation has been reestablished. We encourage you to try to avoid this situation. By not fulfilling your commitment, you will miss out on some wonderful opportunities to help these cats. Once you're a trained and approved ringworm volunteer, your shifts will involve cleaning, feeding, dipping, and socializing. Once you've registered for your shift, you'll arrive at the center by entering through the front entrance on 11th Street or through the upper level parking that's also accessible on 11th Street. The Jefferson Park Pet Resource Center is a shared space with other rescue groups. So please follow the signs that will take you through the building where you'll find the Best Friends Volunteer Check-In. This is where you'll sign in at the Best Friends Volunteer Station, which is located right next door to the Ringworm Treatment Room. There you will sign in and check in with a staff member so that they can give you direction on what to get started on. At the end of your shift, you'll wash your hands and sign out. It's very valuable to us that you log your hours of volunteerism, as we need them to ensure the number of hours you have contributed to the organization are accounted for, as well as to verify your status as a ringworm volunteer. Because of the type of care required in the ringworm treatment facility, to become a ringworm volunteer, you will attend a minimum of 2 on-site shadow sessions, during which you'll be working alongside one of our staff members. Since tasks like deep cleaning can be difficult and messy at times, you must be able to physically perform the work required. Volunteers should come dressed in appropriate attire, such as clothes you don't mind getting dirty, pants which cover the entirety of the leg, and closed-toed shoes are a must. Volunteers should also be able to understand and follow detailed protocols for the health and safety of the cats. Reminder sheets are posted throughout the facility, but in the beginning, there is a great deal of information for volunteers to learn. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video and for your interest in volunteering with us. The next step on your road to becoming an active volunteer is to read our Ringworm Protocol and Ringworm FAQs. After reading this material, you'll be asked to complete a brief quiz. Volunteers must receive at least 80% overall in order to move on to the next step, which is scheduling their first in-person shadow session. After completing the quiz, you'll receive an email within 72 hours with detailed instructions on how to sign up for your first shadow session in the ringworm treatment facility. Volunteers must attend 2 shadow sessions. If the shadow sessions are successfully completed, you will become an approved ringworm volunteer. We understand that everyone learns at a different pace. Therefore, we may ask volunteers to take more than 2 shadow sessions prior to final approval. If you have any additional questions about volunteering, please contact us at volunteerla@bestfriends.org. Thanks again, and we look forward to having you be a part of the Best Friends team.